Welcome back. Episode 4, right? No, just 3. We're just on 3. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. Episode 3. The first one was mostly about my stroke. My second one was hopes that things were going to get better as soon as I got home, because the hospital stay was why I didn't feel good, right? And last video, I said that I had to surrender my relationship and that I had to surrender my job and I had to surrender my home. And all 3 of those things I didn't want to surrender. And if you were to just listen to that video, it very much seems like, oh, see, she just laid it down and moved on, she just surrendered it and she's okay with it. And the truth of the matter of all of that is I wasn't okay with it. It wasn't something that I wanted to do, and it wasn't something that was planned, right? Like a lot of times if you're going to surrender a job, if you're going to leave a job, you're pre-planning to leave. So when it's time, you're ready and you put in your notice and you say bye. And, even if it was a good thing, and maybe you're moving on to something better, you chose it. And same thing with surrendering a home. Oftentimes we'll move somewhere and then we'll move somewhere else. We surrender it, but it's on our terms, right? It's our choice. It's something we wanted to do. And with my relationship and surrendering that was really difficult for me, and it wasn't something that I chose in that moment to do. So I didn't want to do that. And so many outsiders can say, if I was in that position, meaning if they were my partner when I had my stroke, if I was that person, I would have stuck by you and I would have done this and this and this. And it's so easy to say all the things that we would have done if that was us. But you truly never know what you would do until you're in that position, until you've experienced someone who's had a stroke and their body's disabled and they're no longer able to be the same partner to you that they were just a day before, right? And you don't know what you would do. And looking at people's lives from the outside in, that's exactly what that is. You see the outside view. It's like looking at a home that you walk by from the outside. You only get certain viewpoints. You don't know the depths of that house. You don't know what's in the attic, and you don't know what's in the basement, and you don't know what's in the rooms, right? You might, my favorite thing during Christmas time is when people put up their Christmas trees and they do it in a way that it's in front of a window. And that's what you get to see. You get to see their Christmas tree and the lights, and it's beautiful. And but I don't know what's in that person's house. I don't know the depths of their struggles, and I don't know the depths of what they go through. So, saying if that was me, I would do XYZ, you truly don't know that. And you truly don't even know what you would do if you're a stroke survivor, right? Unless you've done it. Never in my life had I imagined dealing with an health issue, and perhaps it's because, my grandma on my mom's side lived to her 80s, and well into her 80s, not like 81. And my dad's mother lived to 99 years old. And so when you have grandparents with longevity and you have parents with longevity, my mother is 75, my dad is 80, and that's so beautiful, right? So I'm like, that's the lineage that I come from. So never would I have thought that something health related was ever going to enter my life. And health is a blessing. Growing old is a blessing. There's a quote that says, something to the effect of, growing old is a privilege and not everyone. I'm going to put it up but on the screen for you, but it's, growing old is a privilege and not everyone gets that opportunity. So dealing with something so major in my life at 39, no, that hit me hard, and I was not prepared for that. And I am a person of routine, and I'm a person who, per the last video, is a hard worker, right? So I was in my career, I was in my zone, and I was happy with the life that I was living, and knowing that I think in everyone's life there's room for improvement, there's room to grow, and this stroke catapulted me into that. Forced it, really, right? So I surrendered my relationship, and I didn't do it as easy as that sounds. There was a lot, and this goes not just to the relationship, but the stroke. It put me in a place that I was grieving, but I didn't know I was grieving. I didn't know that's what I was experiencing. And we think of grief when there's a death of a person. Well, nobody died, but so many things died. And it put me into grief, but I didn't know that's where I was. And so of course I'm sad, and I'm struggling. That's just the truth of the matter. I mean, I am struggling. I am trying to hold on to the very things that are leaving my life. And I didn't want to let them go. I didn't want to let them go. And grief, there's a bargaining period. Well, there's denial, right? So let's talk about denial. As I was setting up to do this video, you can see where I'm sitting. So I was thinking, like, you guys better have my back if there's a snake. And then that reminded me of a day that I went out and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to the park and I'm going to lay down. It's going to be peaceful. And I lay my blanket out and I'm out there for a while. And this lady walks by and she's like, excuse me, is that your snake? Yeah, no, that's not my snake. And I quickly have to get myself up and get out of there because there's a snake going right by, where I was laying. So anyways, that's what that reminded me of. So please have my back. Please have my back.